What's been the biggest change in real estate since I got in the early 90s? Hey, this is Greg McKay, your real estate advisor at Caldwell Banker Wallace. I'm going to talk about pricing. Pricing is the biggest change since I got in the 90s. Back when I first got into real estate, if you sold a house in 2 or 3 months, you were some kind of a genius. People would say, well, put the price up high, put the price up a little bit high. You can always put it down, but you can't move it back up. And you got to leave room to negotiate. Well, those things are no longer true today. Things have changed. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's the housing shortage of available listings. I'm not sure if it's the fact that social media and internet have made everything move so much faster. But nowadays, if you want to sell your house, if you want to get the most amount of money for your house, you got to price it right on the button, because it's not uncommon for houses to sell in 2 or 3 days. Now, back in the 90s, if you sold a house for full price within 2 or 3 days of when you listed it, that meant that you listed it too low, that you made a mistake, you left money on the table. That is no longer the case. Now, if a house is on the market 2 or 3 weeks, people drive by, and you know what they say? What's wrong with that house? Why is it still on the market? Everything's selling within the first week. Why is that house not sold? Then when you finally do bring the price down to where it should be, people are still going to bid lower than that because it's been on the market for 3, 4 weeks or even a couple of months. So that's been the biggest thing that has changed, is the pricing. I'll give you an example. My listing to sales ratio is 102%. My sales to listing ratio, rather, is 102%. Yes, that's right. My average is to sell them for 2% more than we're asking for them. It is not uncommon for houses to sell for higher than asking price in today's market. So that's the biggest thing that's changed, is the model toward pricing. Nowadays, you need to price it correctly, get it sold quickly, because, you know, things being what they are, you don't want a bunch of strangers tromping through your house for 2 or 3 months anyway. Ideally, you sell it to the first person that looks for it. And the buyers realize they're looking at every house on the market. They know more about the market than you do, and they realize when something's priced right when they see it, and they're willing to act quickly and pay full price, sometimes even more. So, hey, what about you? Have you had any experience with this? Do you agree with what I'm saying, or have you had a different experience? Feel free to put it down there in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. This is Greg McKay, your real estate advisor, and remember what they say: call McKay and start packing today.